Hey everyone, Jamie Mikes here from MISC Paper, and today I'm starting my 2022 reading record using printables that I designed. I've started a really small Etsy shop and they're available for purchase if you're interested in them. But the pages and format for this album are nearly identical to my 2021 reading record, but I've updated the color scheme and the design of a few of the cards. I have a video flipping through my 2021 album that I'll link below in the description box. So to start, I have all of these printables that are available, like I said, for purchase in my Etsy shop. I started the Etsy shop really because every time that I've posted about this project on my Instagram, people are always interested in the products that I used. So it really is just an opportunity for me to share the things that I'm creating for myself primarily with those that may be interested in utilizing them for their own projects as well. It's not a big enterprise that I'm imagining. It's really just an opportunity for the products that people ask me about specifically, the things that I've designed for me to go ahead and put that somewhere so people can purchase. So I printed everything out from the 2022 starter bundle, and that includes a note about this book card. It includes a book cover card. It includes the 2022 title page as well as the calendar page. And there are also quote cards that are included in that bundle. I haven't used any quote cards yet. But essentially, it's just a lot of plug and play. So I've printed out the journaling cards with my journaling already digitally added to them. I am using the reviews that I leave over on Goodreads, and I'll link my Goodreads account in the description box below. I'm just pulling verbiage directly from there and dropping it into the little 3x4 cards, printing them out, and then from there it's just a matter of then printing out the book covers in these smaller sizes. So these are 3 inches high are the book covers. And then once I have done that, I'm adhering them all together. It's a matter of checking a couple boxes. So on a note about this book card, you can tick fiction or nonfiction. And then on the book cover cards, there is a place where you are able to stamp the date that you finished the book, and it allows you to color in the rating, the star rating that you're giving the book itself. I'm going back a little bit to show what I added at the beginning of the album, which is a few categories that I like to keep track of in my general reading life. So I'm keeping track of books that I've read that are fiction and nonfiction, but also keeping track of books that I'm reading by BIPOC authors, Latinx authors, disabled authors, LGBTQ authors. I just like to have those differentiated so that I can make sure that I am taking the time to read either stories or read authors who fit into those categories to make sure that I'm being a better, well-rounded reader and not just reading kind of the general mass consumption of fiction that is wonderful as well. But I just want to make sure that I'm including BIPOC authors, Latinx authors, disabled voices. I just like to have a mix of individuals, a mix of stories, a mix of backgrounds in what I'm reading. So that are the categories that I'm keeping track of. And they're color coded. So when I do my little star rating, I color code based on the category that it's in. And now for the final step of this process of putting together these cards, I'm adding a little genre card because I think that's also interesting to me, at least when I look back at these albums to see what genres I'm reading. So it's a lot of contemporary fiction. It's some historical fiction. I've been reading a lot of BIPOC authors. I've been reading a lot of Latinx authors, which is fantastic for me as a Latinx person. So really, like I said, it's just a way for me to make sure that I am focusing my reading on a more diverse group of authors and stories. In addition to the individual, I would say that I do 2 cards per book. I'm also doing these monthly roundup pages just to show what I've read in a given month. I printed these out and I adhered them back to back. And then I print even tinier book covers because I love book covers. They're one of my favorite things in the design world. And so I love looking at them. And I love teeny tiny ones because I think they're adorable. And so I printed them even smaller and I'm adhering them onto these 4x8 sized pages. They're going to be outside of the page protector. My holes will be punched directly into this cardstock. When I designed this, I didn't print it before I got to playing with it, and I realized that the holes were being punched right over some of the text, and I did not like that at all. So, being that I designed these products, I was able to go back and add some space there so that there would be no holes in the middle of any important or vital pieces of information. So I just smooched things over a little bit, and I love how it has turned out. So all I'm doing is pulling up the older photos and placing them back onto the new version of this, and I will add some washi tape at the end, which I do off of camera, and that's it. That is how I am documenting my reading. I decided to change the categories. I think I wanted to write general fiction and general nonfiction just versus just fiction and nonfiction, so there wasn't any confusion there. And then I'm just re-stamping with my Zig dot markers, and that is what my January and February pages look like. Here are the photos of the finished products that I've created. I've posted still images over on Instagram at MISC Paper, that's MISC Paper, and you can also click the link in my YouTube banner. For info on the product I used, check out the links in the description box on YouTube. It also includes a link to my Etsy shop. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it and or subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. Jamie Makes, signing off.